Hello everyone and welcome to a special episode on my vanilla Minecraft server. And today, well, I've been looking through the video stuff and we're on episode 150. And it's sunrise, which I think is perfect. Hitch. And the computer's definitely not going to like this very well. I mean, we're already at 30 some odd frames a second. Anyways, traditionally, I thought a long time ago I decided every 50 episodes would be a Shaders Tour special. And we're going to be starting off not here actually. Let's grab some extra rockets just to make sure we not that one. Grab some extra rockets cuz we'll be back here eventually. This shouldn't take terribly long due to the fact that while I've done a lot of piddly stuff, like lots and lots of block placing and lots of digging. To me, it feels like there's just not that much done yet. Although, I've done quite a bit so far. Relative to first season getting to episode 100, or even episode 50, I had a lot longer periods of time of no videos. I've been doing a lot more frequent videos, and well, I think they're better than they used to be. But anyways, we'll start off over here. And this is the iron farm. Oh, I know what that is. Guardians. Silly me. This is the iron farm that was on the SciCraft server. I don't know if they still have it anymore or not, but by Ragu 42, and of course our gigantic storage room, which is in just the 4 days it's been running. It's up to where is it? Which one is it? This one? Yeah, it's already up to this column of chests filled with iron. Yeah, one of the earliest projects I got going. Shortly after I had the villager breeder going, and I had one really interesting experience. I wasn't recording at the time. I kind of wish I was. When I was loading the villagers up there, I think it was in this second column over here. I had a librarian, or he might have been a cartographer, white coat. And when I got him out of his minecart, he immediately ran off the scaffolding that I had set up to get them into there, and he ran right off the edge and went splat. So, yeah, and then over here, I went and I figured where stuff would drop. Theoretically, the Ender Dragon should drop an Elytra when it dies, although I'm not sure why it hasn't been working right. Although, when I did my dragon fight, I ended up having to restart the server afterwards because the end cities weren't working either. Anyways, that's this. And since we have the ability to fly, yeah, we're definitely getting some high CPU usage with this. Yeah, it's just a bunch of little villagers. Unfortunately, this villager is about 2 blocks too far over to the west, and so I can't just load it up for stuff to shoot through the chunk loader and then hit the button and leave. I have to actually be here so that he'll actually register the door correctly. Moving on. And I had some other problems with it too that I did figure out. It's because you need to have the blocks exactly in that shape over the doors. Over this way, somewhere, a combination of the computer's age and also, yeah, it's this way. That's our first little village that we stole all of our villagers from. Over here, I haven't done a whole lot with this area just yet. Basically, last thing worked on was improving our little spawn house, and I haven't really done anything there since then. That's completely empty. I actually prefer the one that I've got set up on the floor at base temporarily. I completely forgot I had cows here. This one, I think. Woo! Free food. I didn't even realize there were cows in there. Cool. Free food! And then, of course, the nano farm, which I don't know. Does this thing have bone meal in it? Yeah, it does. It could use more. Over here somewhere. Let's see if we can find our little... Ah, there it is. It's hard to see where it is, but... yeah, the first skeleton farm, which is over here. Nothing fancy. Basically, it's kind of an XP farm initially, and then I also have AFK'd here. Used it for max entity cramming. Lots of crap in the chests. And this door, I've got the lever here so that way when you're AFK, things don't wander in. Because the whole area around here is not lit at the moment. And I haven't spent a whole lot of time over here. But yeah, this is basically what there is in our quote-unquote spawn town. Haven't done anything with the dual zombies yet. It's still sitting there. The chest of stuff for that project is still sitting up here. Which is what that chest over there is actually for. It's full of supplies to do the dual zombie farm that we haven't worked on. Yeah. Anyways, and then of course there's this little enchanting area with a crafting table, which is probably why there wasn't one in here, or was there one here? I don't remember. And then, of course, we did our little improvement episode a few episodes ago, and I've got chests going all the way up. We got our ender chest here, an anvil, a crafting table, some furnaces. Furnace. Watch your skill. Over here, we have just basically... I really haven't done anything to this since that episode. Oh, wait. I brought the trim all the way around. That's what I did. Okay. And, of course, I plunked down a bed up here. But I haven't really done anything with it since then. I've been debating on whether or not I want to do it. I would need more time to be able to do everything. Let's see now. Anything else over here? Well, and then of course we've got this little wall here. Ladder technology is too advanced for me. And then I've got the little stairs coming up here, and nothing terribly fancy. The pumpkin farm that I haven't removed, that's been there. It's basically a day one farm, and it's been sitting there for all of the entire time. All right. Yeah, I can hear the computer fans kicking up. I turn off the main case fans because they're so loud, and then unfortunately it's got other fans that you can't turn off. So we're not going to actually stop at the base because there is one other thing that I have flown to. But I need to find a base so I can get there first. Because it's like directly to the east. And it's also possible for the server to crash. It doesn't have a whole lot of memory in it. I wish I could upgrade it, but directly this way is another big project that I've worked on, which it looks like it's gonna be nighttime when we get there. Come on. I think it's further out than I remembered. Uh-oh. I just saw the server tick lag. Should be like right over here somewhere. Come on. Come on. There. There's a swamp. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Caught the edge. This is a project that I took quite a while to get completed. And the loading system here is kind of my own design, and as you can see, stuff is flowing up almost immediately. This particular witch farm design, it's actually my own design. I know it's not the most efficient or anything like that, but it's the most reliable design I've seen. I've had 0 issues with it, and I've ran this particular design in my previous season on the previous world of this, which is getting really hard to see now. I built it in 1.8. That farm still works. So, anyway, back to home, I guess. Which means we gotta follow the sun until the sun disappears, and then we're not gonna be able to follow it anymore. Anyway, not much to see there. Basically, the hardest part with that was digging the actual perimeter. Yeah, it's still loading below me. Okay. Look down and it's like, wait, where is the world? Oh no! Come on. Got a lot of kilometers doing this. This will take it a minute. But when we get back, I think the first thing we're going to do is take a nap. There we go. Night night. I've been doing some work on stuff and whatnot. Anyways, this is going to have to change at some point, but over here we have our little villager breeder. It's basically Impulse's design, and it works, but there's no village right now, so they're not breeding. I.e., the farmer hasn't done a thing since he planted the crops. They've just been sitting there. And over here we have a Mumbo Jumbo tree farm, the one with the pressure plate. Nothing terribly fancy. I haven't built a building around it yet. Over here, I recently added this, although I haven't actually used it. Theoretically, this should get all of the saplings or whatever that fall. Or if I want leaves, I should be able to shear the leaves and have them fall in the hoppers somewhere. And they'll end up in this chest over here. And then, of course, we've got our nice design. I like this entryway, and I'm going to eventually copy this to the other one on the other side. And then we've got our hallway. I've recently, with working on the stuff in the nether, got a bunch of netherrack, which means we've got nether brick available. So I can start working on the roof. In here, this is kind of... when I was thinking of the design here originally, I was thinking do something with dual monuments, because lots of people have made an ocean monument to their base before. I was thinking, why not do 2, if you could find it. And there are 2 monuments in this world that are significantly closer together, but I was looking at it and I was thinking, yeah, I could do something with that. I don't need them both to be arranged at the same time, do I? And over here, we've got Cybot's storage system, and once again, I know I said thank you in the last time that after had some problems with the elevator there, but thanks for actually writing in my comments the solution. I mean, I've ran a lot of stuff through it and not had any problems, so thank you very much. And over here, we've got the shulker unloading system, as well as the main item system, and a shulker loader, as well as the unloader. This is our current item filtration system, which sends items over to there. And of course, all of the different chests with no trap chests at all, so I can open it while it is running, although I have actually accidentally removed all of an item before and had it start getting filled in. And I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted to do. And over here, we've got a silo system, and these are 25 double chests plus hoppers and regular chests at the bottom. And I've used quite a bit. Our last little stop is going to be what I've done to Nether. There's not much there, and it's going to be really hard to see, especially with shaders. But basically, I've got a giant stone box now. Well, it's not a stone box. It's open top at the moment. But yeah, that's how much stone I've gone through just on that so far. And over here, we've got our temporary sugarcane farm. So far, I think this is probably something like what I'm going to end up doing when I do the permanent farms. But, yeah, old technology, sometimes it works better than the newer stuff. I mean, I like the observers and all, but without putting an observer on each and every slot, there's just... This uses less resources, which is hilarious. Because you'd think the newer design uses less. It doesn't. Our lovely furnace manual smelting array. That I have an idea for that. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And of course, our temporary map, which is all stripy from the shaders. And you can see everything. Right now, that's just a little platform. Moving right along, or this way. I still have to build up all of the storage and then get that going too. Our lovely floor pattern, which I think it's lovely even with shaders. And over here, this actually is a functioning guardian farm. And I did watch Ninbombs, even though he never directed at me because I'm a small, teeny-weeny little YouTuber who nobody really knows. I do follow some of the other guys, and I saw his solution, and it turns out you're supposed to have solid blocks out in the plus sign. All the lapis blocks in the sample world are necessary, and there's some other fixes too. As it is, it's actually sufficient for my purposes. I'm not really using it for items particularly, and it does a decent job with XP as well. Over there, you can kind of see, that's basically all that's left over there is the branch mine, the portal, and a slime farm. Also, I still have sheep over here I need to do something with at some point. Sheep and boats. But there's not really a whole lot over here anymore. It used to be my storage area, and it was kind of where, before I had more of that built, temporary storage. Run down here. Yeah, you can hear them. But basically, that's a slime chunk, and yeah, slimes are stupid. I tried to do the jump off the ladder and fly up earlier, but unfortunately, with the roof up there, I'd need to run blocks and the ladder all the way up to the top to be able to fly out. Right, but that's all there is to that. And then when over here, back over here, I had decided I'm lifting those up higher just so that the item streams. I want to put the the packed ice and water streams up fairly high so that way it can just run off instead of having to do multiple item elevators and whatnot. This right now is a giant empty hole. I have an idea for what I want to do. I've actually got an experimental idea in mind for a guardian farm. It'd be one of those high volume farms. It might work, it might not. But I also need to dig down the rest of the way as well in order to complete that. And of course, over here, where the iron blocks are, except for in this middle bit, because I'm waiting to get the hallway at least started. That's actually the way the villagers get from the villager breeder over to the villager trading hall, which I need to fix the breeder too at some point. That's on my to-do list. But over here we've got our trading hall. I think there's enough room for like almost a full stack of villagers here, if I remember correctly. And I got some extras over here. Those guys are actually from when I was hauling villagers over to the iron farm. I've used a couple of them for some experimentation. And over here, this is actually the animals food farm area with our nano farm here. And a cow farm that uses max entity cramming. And then I found out butchers don't use raw steak. Anyway, moving right along. There's one other thing. I've been working on it. I'm still not finished yet. But I've been working on it a lot the last couple of days. When I've not been recording or trying to figure out what... Oh, well, two things actually now that I think about it. Because I don't believe I ever showed you guys the finished product of my skeleton farm that I was working on before. And I know, I could make it faster if I like max entity crammed them or something else. But you know what? I don't care. It works for me. Ow. Climb down here. Might be a little tough to see because I don't have the whole area here well lit. But if we... Yeah. Basically, I just run them into cacti. There's not a ton of room vertically, and I didn't want to dig down too awful far down, but yeah. Glass around them, and they just fall into the water streams and get pushed into the cactus. Nothing terribly fancy, and then it all gets collected up. And then I've actually got a filter in the back there off the item elevator. So the only thing that will ever go into these chests is bones. Nothing else. With a lever there to turn the lights on and off. Back around. It's starting to get to be nighttime again, but it won't matter for where we're going. How's our frame rate holding out? Up to about 40. 42. And the computer cannot be liking me very well now. Now, here in another... I'm actually thinking about increasing the height. Nothing much to see in here. Yeah, it's kind of got this glow to it. Right now, that wall is only 10 blocks high. I'm thinking about going up to 20 or 25, but the main thing is that it's mostly in place now. Very hard to see, but it's all slabbed, and over there's our spawn portal. That's the spawn town portal. That's the end portal, and over there is my portal. I'm thinking about going higher. I've been really enjoying flying through here, so that's why I'm thinking about going a lot higher with the roof. The slabs are sitting on top of the block. That's at Y58, so we've got a lot of room up. Although that will take quite a while because we got this huge lump here, and there's lumps there along the edge. But over on this side, it kind of thins out, and you can see the nether ceiling. Anyway, and you hear the reason why there's a wall there. Got tired of ghasts. But it's a lot more open now, and I really like that. Although I think I'm going to be putting the ceiling up to 20 or 25 blocks tall. Go ahead and take another nap. In any event. Oh yeah. And I have this temporarily here. That is sitting there so that when we redo our villager breeder, I know exactly how I want to set up the minecart system to send them off along through there and then around, and I'm thinking about trying to automate that so that every now and then just every now and then you occasionally see a villager roll by. Way high up on the wall above all of this, although over there they'll tuck behind all the different storage silos. Anyways. Ooh. I did not notice that before. You got a reflection effect. Cool. Anyways. Enough oohing and ahhing at the shaders effects. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do be sure to hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it and you want to see more, you want to see the next 50, do be sure to, and so on, do be sure to subscribe. And you can subscribe by clicking the little picture of my Minecraft guy's face on the screen. And you can also check out some of the other videos of mine on screen as well. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.